Hello everybody, welcome to the very first personal impressions video tutorial. Hope you're going to enjoy it. We'll have some comments at the end if you don't mind. Nice ones, of course. We're going to be making this card. I'm going to show you how to make this with personal impression products. So we'll get cracking on. First of all, just to let you know, we're going to be using the clear stamp set, cherry on the top. I've put all the things at the front, all the things at the front telling you what products you're going to need. Great little set this is, it's very versatile. So what I've done to start with, I've cut out some basil cardstock. I've done it at 9.5 by 4 3/4. This is for the outside of the card. On this one, I've cut it slightly smaller in the length because when you fold your card, you're going to fold them and then put them inside, put the cream one inside. It's going to take up a bit of that length. So if I just show you on here, you can do this any size you like. That's the joy of working with a 12 by 12 piece of basil. You can, you just cut it to whatever size you like. I love working with square cards personally. And then this is just going to place inside. Okay, we've got a little bit of an edge there, but that's absolutely fine because the style of this card, it's going to work okay with it. So I'm just going to place that to the side. Okay, I'll just give that a nice fold. I should have used a bone folder, sorry. And then I always open my card back out so I can work flat with it. First thing I'm going to do is take the Fiskars punch and I'm going to punch it in. Now you can always go in from the centre, you can go in from the centre and then work your way out to the sides. So I'm just going to punch it down and then you're just going to line up the pattern that you've already punched and just go along and then line up again. So you've got a pattern. You can't really go wrong with these punches. Same with the Martha Stewart ones, they're ever so good. Really, really great. If you haven't tried them, you should get yourself some. They're really brilliant. So let's just line that up. This is probably where it all goes wrong when you're on video. You do your own little one, it's absolutely perfect. And then when the camera comes on, it goes wrong. But that's just typical. But that's absolutely fine. I'll do my hoovering later. So we've got our edge now. So if I show you the card going in there, that gives us a nice little edge. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to stamp. Now working with the clear stamps, you always want to roll them. You never want to peel them off like that with your fingers because your nails can go inside and damage them. So you're just going to place your clear stamp onto your acrylic block. I love using VersaFine ink. It's just one of the best ones out there, especially for the stamps that I design because I do use quite sort of small print and fine designs as well, and it just picks up all the design. It's just absolutely brilliant. So we're just gonna stamp straight onto the card. Let's just go straight on there, stamp it down, press nice and firmly. Okay, we've got that on there. Then I'm gonna add liquid applique. Now, it's quite old liquid applique, but it's just so cool. It's great for Santas, it's great for the top for the beer, it's good for cupcakes, obviously, clouds. It's so many things. It's just, it's good for snow and that. And what I do, when I use it, I place it on, but I actually hold the nib actually onto the cardstock. So I'm not pushing away and dropping it on like that. I'm spreading it as I go, and then that way you don't use as much. So it's, it goes a long, long way. So you're just going to keep going with it, keep pushing into it. We're going to cover the whole of it up. I think I first ever used this on a PI stamp years ago, and it was a little sheep, and I just put liquid applique on him, and then I done a happy birthday to you, EWE. So, it's like the old ones are the best, but it just goes on there lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna sit that on there, and then I want to add some glitter to it, and the best time to add glitter is while it's still wet. So I'm just gonna take my glitter and just sprinkle it on Okay, don't worry if you think like, oh no, I've just wiped it all out with glitter now. Okay, shake off your excess. You can be quite harsh with it, because when you heat this, it all starts puffing up. And as it puffs up, it sort of goes inside itself, so it takes away some of that glitter as well. So it's not going to be like overly glittered. So hopefully you can still hear me over the heat gun. You're going to hold it about this far from the card in one position until you see it start turning. When you see it start moving, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but here it's going now. And then I'm just going to slowly move it around, keep it going, and just the heat makes it all puff up. You can leave it overnight if you like, but I just think it gives a great look. And we're just too impatient for things like that. So hopefully you can see that quite well. And it just puffs up lovely. It's lovely, it's brilliant. Okay, so let's fold my card back out again. I'm now going to take the little sentiment that comes with the set. I'm just going to peel that off, pop the little sentiment on there. You can always, on these acrylic blocks as well, mine's a bit dirty, sorry, you can always draw lines on them with permanent pens if you like, alcohol-based pens, just so that you can, you can do grids as well if you like, just so that you can see that you've got it lined up exactly right. But this is the joy of clear stamps. You're going to be stamping down and you can see exactly where you're stamping. And one little tip I always do, I'll always just do my first stamp, I'll take a bit of scrap and just make sure that I've got it right and that, yeah, no, I'm happy with that, so then I'll go ahead. Because there's nothing worse than when you're stamping straight onto the card that you do it and then you mess up your stamp. You might have had a hair stuck on there or something, and then you've messed up the whole of your card. So I'm just gonna stamp that down. Okay, hope you have the sweetest birthday ever. Then the next thing is we want to make the cherry on the top, the name of the stamps. So there's a little cherry that comes in with the set. Sorry that mine's been coloured pink, but I used some Stays On pink on there and it's just sort of coloured it. So all I'm going to do, I've done some here, I'm just going to ink it up. I'm using Versacolour Orchid, but you know, any colour works well with it. You're just going to stamp it down and then you're going to take your glossy accents. Little tip with glossy accents, I always stick a pin in mine so that when I go to use it I can just go like that, make sure it's nice and clear, and then I'm ready to use. And you're just going to cover the whole thing in your glossy accents and then you're going to leave that aside to dry. Okay. And in true tradition, can't even say the word, here's one I made earlier and I've already cut it out, so you didn't have to sit and watch me do that or wait for it to dry. I've applied some little foam pads and then just take some ribbon, nice ribbon, any ribbon that you've got. Mayo Road do some lovely, lovely ribbons that you can get from PI. And then you're just going to tie a little knot. I always do a double knot like a fake bow. I can never, personally I can never be bothered to do bows. I'm not very good at them, that's probably why. And then just trim it off with your Martha Stewart scissors, because they're just the best scissors going. And then just close your card up. I might just give that a little bit more of a trim. If you want to get your little V's in there, if you fold your ribbon, okay, and then you can just cut into it, and then you've got your little V like that. So I just do that on that side. And there's your little V, and you can just manipulate your ribbon a little bit, okay? Now, what I haven't done, as you may have spotted, but it really doesn't matter, you can just slide this in, or you could have put it in beforehand, just slide that through, and then bring that round to that side. That's why I love it, so it's not sticking everything down. And there you have it, and there's your finished little card. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.